Hey, have you ever asked yourself why some people give up and quit the second the tiniest problem pops up in their lives, while someone like Messi takes a massive beating from every single direction and turns into the absolute king of football? What do you think the real secret is? Is it money, pure natural talent, or something way deeper inside his mindset that most of us completely miss? Stick with me until the very last second of this video, and you're going to learn how to drag the strongest version of yourself straight out of your most broken moments, something no school or university will ever teach you. The story starts way back when a little Leo Messi was just a kid in a small town called Rosario in Argentina, completely in love with a beat-up plastic ball. While all the other kids were playing around in the alleys, Messi looked at that ball in a totally different way. It felt like the only language he truly understood was the one his tiny feet wrote on the dirt ground. But let's be real, life never rolls out a red carpet for anyone unless you build it with your own bare hands. When Messi was just 11 years old, he took a crushing blow that would have left most people permanently paralyzed. The news hit like a literal bomb. His body wasn't growing. His growth hormone wasn't kicking in. With a skinny, tiny frame like that, you'll never become a great professional player. Just imagine that, an 11-year-old kid whose entire universe was built around running across a green pitch, suddenly staring right at a massive concrete wall that had a giant sign reading, "Dead End. Turn back." This is exactly where we need to learn our very first massive life lesson from Messi. When the world tells you that you're too short, you're broke, your situation is a mess, you lack skills, or you've completely failed, you basically have two choices left. Either you sit down on the curb and cry your eyes out over your bad luck, or you take those exact obstacles, turn them into steps, and climb straight up. Messi chose the second path. Back then, his dad simply couldn't afford the sky-high cost of those growth hormone injections, and the local Argentinian clubs didn't want to dig into their pockets to help a frail, sickly kid. But Messi had a special trait that most of us completely lose along the way: a ruthless, unstoppable stubbornness. Every single night, with his own hands, he would push that syringe right into his own leg just so he could grow a single centimeter taller, just so he could reach the dream that everyone else was mocking. So, what's the takeaway here for us, Leo? Life doesn't feel sorry for you, my friend. Nobody is going to magically show up, hold your hand, and say, "Hey buddy, wake up, everything is going to be fine." You have to save yourself, especially when the whole world is dead set against you. Now, let me tell you a crazy, hidden secret that you probably haven't heard anywhere else. When Barcelona first laid eyes on footage of Messi playing, they instantly knew this kid was an absolute diamond. They said, "Look, we'll cover his medical treatments, we'll back him up all the way, on one condition: you pack up and move to Spain." At just 13 years old, without knowing a single word of the local language, completely torn away from his family, his friends, and the familiar alleys of his childhood, Messi was hurled straight into a totally foreign universe. Think about that for a second. Missing his mom, dealing with intense homesickness, isolation, and worst of all, the constant, grueling pain of medical treatments. A lot of people out there falsely believe that success is just a lucky break, but the brutal truth is that behind every single massive achievement lies a mountain of crushing loneliness and silent nights where a person chokes on their own tears without saying a single word to anyone. During those first tough months at Barcelona, Messi would literally cry in training from homesickness and sheer psychological pressure, but the second the whistle blew for the drill, he ran like his life, and his entire future, depended on it. That right there is emotional control and absolute laser focus on a goal, even when your heart feels like it's being ripped right out of your chest. Let's hit a hard pause on this thought for a minute. How many times have you thrown in the towel just because your current life circumstances weren't picture perfect? How many times have you muttered to yourself, "Oh, my English isn't great, my capital is too low, my relationship is a complete train wreck, so what's even the point?" At just 13, Messi faced the absolute peak of emotional and physical crisis, but instead of wasting time making pathetic excuses, Messi focused entirely on the one single thing he actually had control over: working harder and getting better every single day. That is the ultimate secret of truly successful people. They don't waste their precious time whining and complaining about how unfair things are. Instead, they take all that raw, negative energy and convert it straight into rocket fuel for their personal growth. When an average, Ordinary person runs into a brick wall, they throw their hands up and scream, "Why me?" But when a sharp, resilient mindset like Messi steps up to that exact same wall, he looks it dead in the eye and asks, "How the hell do I smash right through this?" That is the exact psychological shift that separates ordinary folks from absolute legends. Of course, Messi's story didn't magically wrap up right there. Years rolled by, and Messi officially evolved into the undisputed, untouchable star of Barcelona. He scooped up every single trophy imaginable, stacked up Ballon d'Or awards one after the other, and solidified his legendary status. But wait, hit the brakes right there. Did you seriously think the story ended all happy and cozy? No way, my friend. The ultimate, most brutal test of Messi's entire existence was just about to begin. All those glorious triumphs happened while he wore a Barcelona shirt, but what about when he played for the Argentina national team? An absolute disaster. His own countrymen back home started ripping him apart, calling him a traitor, shouting that his heart didn't bleed for the national badge, claiming he only cared about the fat paycheck from Barcelona. Do you remember the heartbreak of the 2014 World Cup final? Do you remember the agony of the Copa America finals? Messi dragged his nation right to the doorstep of touching the most prestigious trophy on earth, only to have it ripped away at the very last microsecond. Just picture that for a moment. Millions of your own people are actively throwing stones at you, hurling daily insults your way, labeling you a total loser, and screaming that you'll never bring true glory to your homeland. The emotional weight pressing down on Messi's shoulders was so crushing that any other normal human being would have broken down right then and there, permanently kissed the sport goodbye, and escaped to some isolated island to live out the rest of their days in peace. And that precise moment is where the true character of a human being is forged in fire. Most people out there live under the illusion that success simply means never stumbling or falling down. But the absolute truth is that true success is about getting back up after taking a devastating hit to the jaw, dusting off your clothes, and stepping right back into the arena with even more hunger than before. Following that heartbreaking defeat in the 2016 Copa America final, Messi officially announced his retirement from the national team, drowning in absolute mental and emotional exhaustion. The entire nation of Argentina swarmed him, pointing fingers and shouting, "See? We told you so." But do you know what happened next? A little kid walking down the dusty streets of Buenos Aires wrote a heartfelt letter straight to Messi, and that single message became the ultimate spark that reignited his fire. Messi finally realized that giving up and walking away would be the ultimate betrayal of his own soul. So, what did he do? He came back. He stepped right back onto the pitch for the national team, took the abuse all over again, swallowed the fresh wounds, and refused to quit. What does that teach us? It teaches us raw persistence and unbreakable grit, even when the entire world is laughing in your face and calling you a failure. Now, let's bring this powerful lesson right back down to your own daily life. How many times have you crashed and burned in your own projects? How many times have you launched a brand new business venture only to watch it nosedive into the dirt within weeks? How many times have you sworn to break a toxic habit, only to find yourself sliding right back to square one after just 2 days? When you hit a wall and fail, your brain whispers right into your ear, "See? I told you that you didn't have what it takes, so just drop it and save yourself the embarrassment." That exact second is where you need to step squarely on the throat of your own negative self-talk. Messi proved to us time and time again that failure is never the final destination. Failure is merely an automated warning light blinking on your dashboard, telling you that your current approach needs a tweak, not that you should abandon your dream altogether. So many people carry massive, beautiful dreams, but the moment they stumble once or face a little mockery from their peers, they throw away the entire map. It doesn't matter if you're grinding away at your online startup, hitting the books, or just trying to transform into a healthier, more disciplined version of yourself. The road to real success is permanently paved with shattered expectations, harsh failures, and bitter disappointments. The only person who walks away with the crown is the one who learns to keep a tiny lamp of hope burning bright right inside their chest, even when total darkness surrounds them. Let's fast forward to the year 2022. Qatar. The World Cup. At this point, Messi wasn't the lightning-fast, hyper-agile kid he used to be years ago. His age was catching up, his body was deeply tired, and the massive weight of an entire football-obsessed nation was resting squarely on his shoulders. Every single expert in the media was screaming that it was finally over, that Messi was too old, and that Argentina had zero chance of lifting the trophy. And then came that shocking opening match against Saudi Arabia, a stunning defeat. Just picture the sheer horror of it, the absolute disaster of the century. All hopes were wiped out in a split second. Inside that tense Argentina locker room after the whistle, you could practically reach out and touch the heavy atmosphere of defeat, with every single player staring blankly at the floor in utter despair. But what did Messi do? He stood tall. With a calm, steady, yet utterly piercing voice, he delivered a speech that flipped that locker room upside down. He looked right at his teammates and said, "Listen up, guys, forget about what just happened. From this exact second onward, every single match we play is a do-or-die final. We are going to bleed out there. Not for money, not for individual glory, but for the pride of these loyal people, and for the dream we've chased our entire lives." And what was the glorious outcome? Messi grabbed Argentina by the scruff of the neck and dragged them one by one straight through the eye of the storm, all the way to that breathtaking, heart-stopping final showdown against France. Did you watch that legendary match? It was hands down one of the most cinematic, dramatic moments in human history. Argentina took the lead, France fought back hard, the tension dragged into extra time, and finally down to a nerve-shredding penalty shootout. Every single second made your heart slam against your ribs at 1,000 beats per minute. And in the end, Messi hoisted that golden trophy high into the sky. He pulled that World Cup cup tight against his chest, and in that single glorious fraction of a second, every single year of bitter pain, every tear shed, and every raw wound transformed into the sweetest, most legendary victory in human history. I didn't share this extraordinary journey with you just so you could sit back and passively admire the shiny highlights of Messi's career. This story is a mirror reflection of your own life, my friend. You, too, are fighting quiet battles in your daily existence that absolutely nobody else knows about. Late at night, when you drop your head onto your pillow, you lie awake thinking about how utterly exhausted you feel, how ridiculously long the road ahead is, and how far away your biggest goals still seem. Right now, your business might be taking a heavy hit, your personal relationships might feel like they've hit a brick wall, or you might be wrestling with the crushing feeling that nobody in your corner actually believes in you. But you must always remember this. Messi was once just that sickly little kid missing growth hormones, he was that lonely stranger struggling to find his footing in Barcelona, and he was that heavily criticized target whom his own people unfairly branded a traitor. The absolute defining difference between Messi and millions of others who fade into obscurity is that he never used his harsh circumstances as a convenient excuse to permanently quit. He fully accepted that the path to greatness is jagged, painful, and soaked in tears, but he knew down to his bones that it was worth every single drop of sweat. So now, it's time to turn that gaze right back onto yourself and make a firm, uncompromising decision. Right here, right now, after watching this video, nobody is expecting a magical wand to wave and instantly turn your life into a fairy tale tomorrow morning. No, the real world will still be there tomorrow, filled with the exact same stubborn problems, heavy pressures, and difficult obstacles. But the monumental difference is that you now possess the mindset to look those challenges in the eye and fight back. The next time you feel the urge to cave in because of a minor setback, or when you catch yourself wanting to drop your goals just because of what other people might say, I want you to instantly picture that skinny little kid back in the dirt alleys of Rosario, standing there with a medical syringe in his hand, staring unflinchingly into a future that absolutely no one else believed in. Remember this. The greatest victories in this life do not belong to the lucky ones who somehow managed to avoid falling down. They exclusively belong to those resilient few who hit the dirt, got back up even stronger, and refused to stay down. You have that exact same fire burning inside you, and you can easily become the undisputed champion of your own life story, as long as you refuse to stop grinding, as long as you hold on to absolute faith in yourself when things get dark. So get back up on your feet, keep pushing forward through your unique path, and show the world what a truly relentless human being can achieve.